Hi, I'm DJ City.
And I'm DJ Gladiator.
And once again, we're back in the TJX demo kitchen of DJ Gladiators.
That's right.
And once again, we're doing another cooking show. So, yeah, you better run. Because this time we're doing... what are we doing again?
Onigiri.
Onigiri. That's right. Rice balls, in other words. You know. And we're going to use 9,000 grains of rice.
Maybe
much.
not 9,000.
No.
8,500.
We can dream.
We can dream.
Welcome back to the show. As always, we would like to tell you what products are you going to need to make this onigiri, this wonderful treat, this magical option. Well, we got it here for you. And we're going to make Gladiator do some work, modeling what he does best.
Oh, thanks very much.
Sushi rice. Now this happens to be Balkan brand. You can use any brand. There's many different brands. As long as it's sticky rice, you get the picture. It sticks.
Nishiki is my personal favorite, but this one was on sale when I bought it.
Now we're going to get into the magical device. The Covenant Press.
This is how you make it. And form it.
Ooh. Magical. Next on the list. Tuna.
Yummy.
Mayo.
Gotta have something to bind.
Now there's different types of mayos they can use, isn't there? There's Hellmann's and what's the other one?
Well, this is Miracle Whip. If you really want to be Japanese, you can always go for QP, which is the most popular, and Ajinomoto is another one that is quite popular, but you don't see it very frequently over on this side of the pond.
Unfortunately, we were going to use the cheese mayonnaise, but they don't make it anymore.
Yeah.
Such a shame. But anyways, a cup.
To measure things with.
Seaweed.
To wrap it in.
A paddle, so I can hit Gladiator on the head.
And then we can scoop out the rice.
And last but not least, the secret device. The rice cooker.
Yes, my lovely electronic rice cooker. But if you don't have one of these, you don't have the money to buy one, a good old pot will do the job.
But you might want to buy yourself one of those electric, newfangled, with the fuzzy logic, with the LCD display also in there. You know, if you want to spend the money. I don't think it's really needed.
Fuzzy logic.
Fuzzy logic. That's what I've heard it called. I don't know.
Alright.
Let's get cooking. Now, with any rice, it's equal amount of rice to water. 1 cup of water to 1 cup of rice.
Not quite true.
Oh, really?
Not quite true. Botan specifically is stating 1.3 cups of water to every cup of rice.
So check the instructions on the bag. Right now we're making 2 cups of rice here for this experiment.
That's close enough.
And for water, we're going to use Brita water. Why? Because we've always used Brita water.
Oh yeah. Spill it all. Now, one thing to note about the rice as well, and the bag will tell you this, is you may sometimes have to wash it first before cooking it, because talc does come off of it. But most brands, like Botan here, have removed the talc already, so all you have to do is put the water in, and go. Okay, so we've got the rice and the water in the rice cooker ready to start. Haven't done that yet after the little goof up. Just to go over once again, we're using 2 cups of rice, and with Botan it says 1.3 cups of water to every cup of rice, so there's 2.6 cups of water in that rice cooker. So for my rice cooker in particular, all we do is plug it in, which puts it on the keep warm stage, and then you flip it down like a toaster to turn it on. This will boil the water off, flip over to keep warm, about a half hour, and we're ready to go.
Now that Russ has flicked the switch on the rice to get it cooking, why don't we start making the filling? So, like I said, can of tuna and a can opener. What a novel idea. So you take your can, put it in the can opener like so. I don't think anybody knows how this is done, but just in case you don't, just turn it. And as the can turns around, it gets a hole cut, so we can drain it and get it ready for the tuna. Now, I've never used this one before. As you can see,
Put it down.
whoa. And we drain all the water out of it. Okay. So there's your tuna right there. I prefer using the one in in water, I should say. The vegetable oil broth is a nice one, but rule of thumb, don't. For me, personally, I like it that this is in water. I like the idea of low sodium also. So now that we got our tuna in here, we want to start breaking it up a little. Just take a fork or anything that you have available, and you just want to start breaking up the tuna. Usually fingers work better in this case, but if you don't want to, you can use a fork. I prefer you taking my hands and just ripping it apart. It does work just as good. But for reasons that we're doing this video, we're not going to get into that. So, yay tuna, and I just dropped a piece. Now, getting back into the mashing the tuna here. Going to use some mayonnaise. Now, really, you can do about 2 tablespoons. I like to eye it a little, so. Some people like it creamier, some people like it a little bit more chunky. The idea is up to you. Now, some people do prefer making a, throwing a little bit more in there. You can throw onions in it, lettuce. I've seen cucumber. I've also seen celery used in it. And as you can see now that I'm mixing it here, that it's starting to become something. So we'll just break that up a little bit more here. Hey guy here, how do you like your tuna?
Spicy.
You like it spicy? Should we add some spice to this?
Sure.
What should we add to this? Tabasco sauce? Pepper?
Well, I've got some cayenne, paprika in the house.
Okay, you want to pass me the paprika one? So we decided to make it a little hot, so we're adding hot sauce. Actually, it's just Southwest sauce, but hey, you can add your own. And with the consistency of this, I think I can add a little bit to this. Oh yeah, make it hot. So we'll mix that in here. And if you can hear in the background, our rice is boiling, so that's a good sign. It needs a little bit more mayo. little bit more hot sauce and we are done.
So how's it coming?
That's coming along pretty good. We added the hot sauce. Got some nice color to it. Looks good. You're eating those fries again, you devil. So now that this is all mixed up, since we got some time while that cooks, and thanks to the power of podcasting, we're going to put this in the fridge and we'll come back as soon as the rice is done. Well, again, right now I'm going to prep the nori to wrap around our onigiri. Now we can do it two ways. With the hand press, we're probably going to use a full half sheet. So we can fold it around and fold it into a triangle. For the small little ones that we're going to make with the press, it's not really needed to do a full wrap around. You could do that if you want to. Right now I'm just going to open up this package here. Not bad stuff about this stuff. When you first open it, it's going to reek like high honey. Because air is finally getting to it. So I'm going to take a sheet here. Now some sheets will be perforated. Right here we do have perforation marks. So what we're going to do is we're going to follow the perforations to make the wrapping to go around it. So as you can see here, here's some perforations. Let's get over to the chopping board. Since I got good light under here, I can actually see where I want to chop. So for the larger one, I'm going to fold this away. Once again, our cameraman has failed again to do something smart. Plug in the power. Such an easy thing to do, but unfortunately, he forgot to. So, anyways, as you were watching the video, I've already finished folding it. So this is going to be used, three spread here. It's going to be used for a hand press. For the ones that we're going to press in the system, we're using just this small little one. What I'm going to do again is I'm going to perforate that side. So the trick is hold the knife steady so that your perforation mark has a crease in it. Then you just stop. And make sure it doesn't fly out of your hands. So I'm just going to press here and drag my hand across and get rid of this. Now you're probably saying, City, it's not even. Well, don't worry about that. It's not going to affect it any. This is usually what happens with it anyways when it's processed at a plant. They have extras. So, extra siding, yeah. Again, we're going to look for the holes. Take your knife, place it down, and then fold across the blade. Usually works better when you combine the holes. You can also take a knife, edge, and drag it across. This makes it a little bit more easier when it breaks apart. Just take your two hands, and just lightly pull it away, and done. So there's our pieces. I'm going to cut up a couple more slices, and then we'll get on to packing the rice.